Now, first start off with an easy question, I hope. What's the first album that you bought?
Ooh, it's been a while though. Maybe it was a Queen album. I think so. I can't remember the exact moment, but it was maybe one of the first one. Yeah, either Queen or maybe a Led Zeppelin or something like that. It was in the late 80s.
Yeah.
It must be like around 12, something like that. And yeah, I remember that.
Why did you buy Queen?
I don't know, I had a few tracks on my parents' CDs and I really liked it. So I guess I was looking for this song, Bohemian Rhapsody,
Yes.
when I watched the movie Wayne's World. And I really want it, so I guess that's why.
Do you still like Queen?
Oh yeah, sure. It's one of the best band ever, I think. You're still watching some live, you know, on some TV sometimes they broadcast some old live from Queen. And you can tell it's not that old-fashioned style, you know, it's still very modern in the way they approach the crowd, they create their live. It's has always been like a hell of a band, yeah.
Yeah. What makes them good?
Freddie Mercury, Brian May, and yeah, I don't know. When they start doing the thing in the 80s, 90s, it was like something really modern with a lot of engagement, you know, in what they were doing inside and outside the band as well. Freddie Mercury is an icon, you know, from a lot of people. So yeah. I think it's not just a band; it's like a whole story, you know. Like they did really well. Yeah.
Yeah. And the songs?
Which one?
The songwriting.
The songwriting?
What makes them good in the songwriting for you?
I know at that time it was like very modern and they had a message somehow, even if it was like not a clear message, but I think they help the societies and the culture and bring it to another level, you know, maybe something more tolerant, something like that.
And well, you bought your Queen album?
Not just that one, but that's the one I remember first.
The one you remember, but you were 12, you said, or something at the end of the 80s. Were you into making music yourself back then?
It all started in 95, something like that. I had a rock band. We were playing in a garage, you know, in the countryside, in our parents' garage and stuff like that. And it was not about turntables at that time or whatever, but yeah, my first touch with music was with guitar, rock and everything. And then when we met with the guys, we started listening to hip-hop in the late 90s. And that's how hip-hop brings us to the turntable and all the scratching culture.
Well, what fascinates me, you were saying I was in a rock band, guitars. Mm-hmm. You met, well, the other guys of C2C. Why did you start listening to hip-hop then?
Because it was like something really new at that time. I was listening to rock and other stuff like for a little time, and when I remember the first hip-hop thing I heard was a Cypress Hill tape, you know. It was in college and I was like, what's that sound? It's crazy. I've never heard something like that before, you know. Yeah. And yeah, I found it like very new and something very fresh, and I wanted to dig it more and know a little bit more about that culture. And that's how it came. We dug a lot of hip-hop thing from the from the 90s, what we call the golden years of hip-hop, really, the mid-90s. And yes, that's how it came. So we get interesting in the scratches in the track, you know, from Gangster, Track Request, stuff like that. And we are digging the scratcher. What's that sound? And Vincil, Grimm started playing with the turntables, and one after all, we all get into it and start reproducing the cut we heard. And then we get interested in that culture, and we discover like a lot of great scratch DJs like Qbert, Mixmaster Mike, the X-Men, the Scratch Perverts and everything. And we were really into that thing, like really deep into scratching, listening scratch tapes all day long, trying to reproduce what we heard. Because there was no internet at that time, you know, so the only way of learning was listening again and again and trying to find out how it was made. That's how it started.
Was it easy for you to make the transition from playing the guitar to, well, scratching turntables? Was it easy?
Yeah, I guess I'm not the only one. Back in the days, a lot of people came from like a rock, guitar or whatever and switched to turntable. And lots of DJ who started with guitar and stuff, so I guess I'm not the only one in that case, but there's some common points, you know, that all that finger tricks thing, you know, where you have to manage your finger to do something like not really natural with your hands, you know, you have to work to make some specific moves and stuff like that. That was very interesting too. And but I don't have any good explanation for that. It was just a feeling, you know.
Yeah. Then you won a contest.
Yeah.
With the four of you. I was thinking, what? Because, well, of course there are scratch DJs. They are around. What made you decide to form a band with the four of you? It's really new. It's a bit odd even to do. It's like having a band with four guitar players.
Yeah, it's true. The thing is, with a turntable, you're not just playing one instrument. You can play all the instruments. That's the main idea of being like four DJs doing music with turntables. That you can play any instrument you want. You can either play drums, bass, voices, guitar, whatever. So that was a good start, you know, for us when we were four, because we always challenge each other to learn new techniques, learn new stuff, and being all four of us all the time. At that time, it was like yeah, a very challenging moment, and at some point we just say to ourselves like, oh, we are four, we are a band. Let's try to make it further, and we started to create a first show in 2001. And after that, we just pushed ourselves again and again to make it till 2006 to the World Championship, and we've been winning it like 4 times in a row. So yeah, it was very special for us to go through that and go as far as we could in this format, you know, because it's very specific.
Yeah, were you the first one to have a band with four DJs?
The first time?
Yeah. No, were you the first one? Were you the first one in the world to?
Oh no, not at all. There were a lot of DJ teams before. I talked about it just earlier, like guys like Invisible Scratch Pickers, X-Men, Scratch Perverts, Allies, lots of them. And it was not new, but what we maybe bring to this was the musical side of the Scratch, because back in the day when you're watching all those shows, it was really a specific sound. It was like a special Scratch sound with a real vibe, you know, coming from this field. But no one's brought like other musical aspect into it before, I think. So we were maybe the first team trying to just make music, not to show our skills off, you know. Yeah. And it was not the most important thing was not to be like the best DJ or the best technically, but to make like real music so people can dance to it, and if they just close their eyes and listening to the music, they can't tell it's for DJ playing it, you know. That was the main idea. So we always put the musical side before the technical side. That's what maybe makes the difference between the other team and us.